Cloud9. Cloud9 are the 6-time LCS champions and have been in the league since 2013, fielding North American legends such as High, Sneaky, and Meteos, and of course, Blabber.
Is force the smite. He didn't want to get it to be stolen, so there's no smite on Udyr, meaning Blabber can walk up and go for the smite himself. But being zoned out, he's gonna try, get stunned, take a bunch of damage, flashes to smite a Scuttle Crab, but Blabber, be careful! Where is your team? He's at 200 HP! That is the worst Scuttles take I have ever seen in my life!
That was terrible from Blabber, straight up instant.
However, they have not won a championship since 2023, and they have been declining as of late, not in the championship form we expect Cloud9 to be in. This felt especially telling during the Esports World Cup, where they looked horrible. This is the same organization that has the deepest run at Worlds across any other LCS teams, reaching the semifinals in 2018. But it's not 2018 anymore, and with it being 2 years straight of failing to reach Worlds after going to 9 of the last 10 between 2013 and 2023, this roster has massive expectations going into 2026. Regardless of who is playing, Cloud9 have an expectation to do well and compete for championships. And if they win in 2026, it would be 7 titles for the organization. Dignitas. Dignitas have been around for 15 years and look to finally get back into the LCS championship after nearly being gone for 14 years, with their last appearance being against TSM, where they lost 2-0, but still made it to the World Championship based on the format they had at the time. With a brand new roster for 2026, Dignitas look to veterans Palafox, FBI, and Ignar to lead the team to a winning record and change the narrative around this team. Dignitas are on a list of teams to represent North America at Worlds when they reached the event in 2012 as the 2nd seed, which is the most notable thing they have done as an organization, which is surprising considering they used to represent players such as Scara, I'm a Cutie Pie, and I Will Dominate, who are considered NA legends. It just felt like they never reached their true potential, and the only thing people remember about Dignitas now is the Dig Baron throw.
Of course, they're going to be blind. The E comes across, and here they go. It's Meteos in the middle of the enemy team. Let's Bounce comes across, as is the Wild Growth. Elimination in the front. 1 kill has already got that on a Scara, so Cloud9 starting off well. There's the Cell Division. Crumbs force back. Keeping it low in health. Patoy and Cutie Pie also running away. Cloud9 are crushing this fight right now. Double kill so far. Patoy going down as well. 3 kills. The Cocoon lands on a Kiwi Kid. Balls picks up the kill. Only Crumbs left alive, but this is now Cloud9. Take this chance and force the Baron.
So Cody can bullet time. I think he should do it soon.
He throws down the Make It Rain at first. Baron is down to 2,000 HP. This one could turn into a real close one. Kick out of the pit coming through from Acadian. Some days going into the pit now. A lot of damage going through, and Acadian is taken out. This Baron is anybody. It's a melee, and it's stolen by 100 Thieves. A critical error from Dignitas.
Flyquest. Flyquest have been around since 2017, but didn't reach their first LCS final until 2020. They wouldn't win the championship, but would end up producing the best Worlds performance of any NA team that year, and would come within 1 game of reaching the quarterfinals in a group with DRX and Top Esports, even taking down Top Esports, who were the LPL champions.
Crash in the top lane. Ignar with a Hex Flash over the bush, but it's 3-6-9 in the middle of the entire team. He goes golden, and now Knight's in the midst of the backline. Santana pulled in and snared by the trap. It's clean play, but it's not nearly enough because it's Solo on the backside. Solo looking for redemption, and TES getting torn to pieces. Flyquest, where were you in week 1? You might have showed up, and it certainly looked good. Here it is, Flyquest taking down TES. What a sight to behold.
And what they couldn't do against DRX, they do manage to do against TES. So,
Recently, Flyquest have been the best team in NA for the past 2 years, and have been the most recent North American success, famously taking Gen G to 5 games, and nearly beating them, which would have been up there for the greatest upsets of all time. However, this season seems to be more of a rebuild, adding promising young players such as Gakkos, Griffin, and Cryogen, and hoping for the best. And now a majority of the roster is off the team with only Quad and Mossy remaining. Without a strong veteran presence, it'll be interesting to see how they perform. LYON. LYON Gaming have been in League of Legends esports for close to a decade and entered the LCS in 2025 with an underwhelming start to their season. They would end up placing last in their first split, and now for 2026 look to go all in with a new roster centered around Star Jungler Inspired, and look to reach new heights and win their first LCS championship. And as I was finishing this video, Dokla was announced to be the top laner for LYON due to Zamudo still having visa issues. Dokla solo killed Bin. Never forget that.
Nice pick onto the support as well. And his only end up losing their junglers. Bin, what is Bin doing?
BLG! I don't know, question that man.
Question mark pings across the board, to be honest.
The rest of the team seems pretty decent. I think Inspired is going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, but Berserker seems to have been a serviceable ADC for a number of years. I think it's just going to be up to Saint and Isles to step up and really activate this roster. Shopify Rebellion. With the addition of Zinni, Shopify are looking to contend at the top of LCS and reach an international event for the first time in the organization's history. Zinni was the former mid laner for KT Academy, who placed second in the LCK 2025 Challengers playoffs, and on paper, this seems to be one of the best rosters in the LCS. And with the veteran presence of Fudge and Contracts leading the charge, this team looks to contend for their first LCS championship and actually reach the finals this time. I have high hopes for this team. Disguised. This year, Disguised will 100% be rebuilding, and that's because the Valorant org took half their roster. They ended the last split 5th through 6th, and now have a roster filled with rookies, and the only player with international experience is Lions. This team has zero expectations, and maybe they will thrive off it and shock some people. Or they win 3 games the whole year. I just want them to beat Sentinels so badly. Please make it happen, guys. Good luck. Sentinels. This won't be Sentinels' first time in the LCS, as they were originally in the league all the way back in 2016 under the name Phoenix 1, and even placed 3rd in NALCS Spring 2017. But they were denied entry into the franchise model. But now, nearly 7 years later, Sentinels are back. And with World Champion Impact and MSI finalist Huhi, they will have more than enough veteran experience to lead those rookies to a decent season. I don't think they'll be that bad, but they definitely won't be as good as Mike Young.
Speed does get them there a little bit quicker, and this might be the last push onto this inhibitor turrets.
They try it for what he wants, and he kicks back the front line. They've found him, and Samus is gone. Mike Young cannot do wrong this game. Vizichachi now turning up the front side, but the turret is already gone. The 3rd inhibitor going to fall as well, even though top has respawned. But Phoenix 1 in a 5v4, and the gold leads don't matter anymore. There's too many people. Nice juke by Exile, but will it even matter? The minions are there. The turret's falling. Nexus turret number 1 about to drop, but it's first up to Chachi to tank up the team. Xerxes in the back line can't find anyone to kill. The chase on forward. Ryu back on a rampage. They found the tank as well. Zig putting at the front line. A kill comes through for Arrow, his 3rd of the game. And the turrets are falling. The champions as well. Hillsong is gone, and Phoenix 1 will get their first win of Rift Rivals. Unicorn starting out 0-1. They will have more to play, but P1 going to make it a 1-1 scoreline for themselves. GG in 33 minutes.
Beautiful plays from Mike Young in this game. All starting off by getting...
Team Liquid. Formerly Team Curse, Team Liquid have been at the top of LCS since the 2018 season, reaching an international event in each year since then, besides 2022, and are the oldest team of the LCS, competing in the inaugural season all the way back in 2013. Their roster has changed dramatically since the last time we saw them, bringing in a brand new top, jungle, and mid. Jose has always been a solid jungler, even back on Flyquest, and Morgan looks to end his suffering after playing with Brian for the past few years, while Quid looks to continue his momentum after a great Worlds run with 100 Thieves. Just ignore Kespa Cup, and good luck at lock-in, guys. But jokes aside, I think this roster will perform with more time. Taking players from multiple different teams and expecting things immediately does not happen often, but I think by the end of the season, we will be viewing Team Liquid as a top team in North America. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your favorite LCS team is in the comments down below.